process of accepting it.
It's like, could be a crime or just like inside.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I can't think of any other time. I think we're pretty fortunate at the times we live in. We're certainly not equal yet, but there's been a lot of progress.
I don't know if I necessarily agree with the fact that medicalization kind of helped homosexuality become accepted, because is electroshock therapy and all those horrible things that they did to gay people, trying to make them not gay anymore, really better than throwing them necessarily in jail? Because it's still, the ignorance is still there. It's still someone being, you know, a bigot. It's not, it's just like, oh, we're just going to make it a medical thing now, but it's still, the mentality is still the same. So it's just like, are we going to throw them in jail? Or are we going to shock them until they're not gay anymore? Like, it's the exact same thing. I don't think it medicalization helped gay people in any way.
No, thank you for bringing that point up. I mean, it certainly is tragic. So quote-unquote treatments that they tried and possibly did get worse. But fortunately, treatments have changed over time. And as medical information has improved, fortunately, you're right. What was the difference between simple crime or treatment? Both were medical. Olivia, you had touched on, like, who really has the authority to limit these miracle drugs, such as methadone? I mean, who's to say who can do what?
I guess what I was getting at is that the criteria for certain, like, diseases is always changing. And, like, just based on, like, how no one's really ever sure at any given time, like who exactly should be diagnosed for what disorder, like, who should, be the final say. We don't really have like a authoritative like medical official, which is something interesting.
Does anyone have an opinion on who would have the authority to have a say on whether or not we can use, for example, growth hormone for a specific reason?
I think like we are all in a society that kind of control that, because I mean, if we have enough resistance towards it, that you know, people can enact change or somehow protest against it, and somehow find a way to get it under control or whatever. Yes.
yeah, I think like there's people with the power, because I mean, even though it's not legal, there's no black market out there. As long as you have the funds to get it, like, you just can't get it. So that it goes.
Yeah, I was going to disagree. I think whoever has the most money really is going to be in control. I mean, it's sad, but you see it in government all the time. I think it's like 90% of people that get elected are the ones that spend the most money in their campaign. And it's just the way it is, I guess.
Well, I think if we're spending the money to buy the drugs, then it is us who are controlling it. Like if we really felt that it wasn't necessary to have a certain drug in the packet, everybody would stop buying it. But there's always going to be a demand for it. If there's always a demand for it, there's always going to be people spending money, and it comes to something to make more money using the drugs.
What's the big deal with enhancement anyway? I mean, who's to say we should or should not enhance? I'm playing devil's advocate. We're going to reach the end of our life and we're going to die whether we enhance ourselves or not. Are we twisting ourselves up around this issue for no reason? It's an important issue to consider. Hannah, you had mentioned that there's really no objective way to draw any sort of line between two. And you gave a good example of what you do for example in therapy course writing. Can you explain that?
Oh, okay. I volunteer with the therapeutic horseback riding program, so I work with a lot of kids with a variety of disabilities, and insurance companies won't pay for our sessions because therapeutic riding hasn't, for one reason or another, been whatever with insurance. And so in a lot of ways that could be argued to be a type of enhancement, but for the kids it enhances their lives and it doesn't have as widespread of an effect on society as some of the other types of enhancement things do, but it just, I don't, like, it's one of those things that I couldn't look at it and say that those children have an unfair advantage in life because they're enhancing their lives, and yes, it's unfair, like if you don't have the money to pay for it, you can't do it, and it's really expensive, but it just enhances their lives and it makes it better for them and they enjoy it, and some kids it really helps them physically with ailments and arthritis and stuff like that, and so I don't think it's an issue that's so loaded with values and morals and priorities that I don't think anyone can look at enhancement objectively and say what is right and what is wrong, because that's going to differ from person to person with different experiences and what's important to them and whatnot.
Jimmy, you had touched on kind of why there's a stigma between different kinds of treatments. How people view using human growth hormone versus just getting breast augmentation or a nose job or using Paxil. Why are they different? Why are some treatments accepted and some are not? Can you elaborate on that?
I really don't think it should matter if you want to do growth hormones for athletics or make yourself smaller. They're not hurting. Someone wants to make themselves taller, they're not hurting me in any way. 40 years down the line, they die from something we didn't know about. It's really one of our concerns. I don't see the issue with someone getting, a nose job, or I think it should be up to them. And if we can widely sell it, maybe legalize it, and control it more, and the FDA can have more to say. But instead of just having all these judgments of what people can do and not relevant to our lives.
It's more of a personal choice, as long as it's not harming others.
Yeah, like, you may disagree with it, but you shouldn't try to do it what you want, I guess. I would never, change anything about myself. Like, I would never get another job or anything if I had, a weird, bad nose. So, it's not, I'm not going to try to stop other people from doing what they want.
So then how do you think that fits in sports? Like if there's a girl on growth hormones and she wins the triple jump over you, aren't you going to be pissed?
Is it legal for that?
But that's what I'm saying. Like if you don't care, but then there's a girl taking it, and then you
Yeah, I'd be pissed.
Yeah, that's right.
Exactly. because
No, I mean, in her scenario, is it legalized for them to take it or not?
well, I'm saying like if it was like tomorrow,
Yeah.
and obviously it's not like you want it. Actually, I don't think it matters if it's legal or not, because if she's taking it and you're saying it like wouldn't affect you, but obviously if she wins over you, that affects you because that's going to piss you off because you didn't take it and you had the moral standing not to. Even assuming it is legal, then you're going to say, oh well, that's not fair.
Yeah.
It's not,
Yeah.
But assuming it was legal, wouldn't there be regulations within the sport that she couldn't take it in the first place? Like, if it was legal.
Yeah.
So like, it wouldn't, like, I think what you're saying is that if it was legal, if the drug was legalized, people would